Come with me to pastry school in New York City. This is day 6 and we're making caramel and candied orange rinds. I headed to class and we got started with the orange rinds because these take a really long time to cook. Chef showed us how he wanted us to prep the rinds, and then I got going cutting up all of our pieces. We put these in with some water and we brought this to a boil 5 separate times to get all of the bitterness out of the rind. Then we added them together with some sugar, let this boil and then come to a simmer, and these had to sit the entire class. After that was done, we moved on to our caramel. Chef did a full demo, so he began by heating up his heavy cream mixture and then moved on to the sugar. This is a dry caramel, so you just add your sugar into a hot pan and let it start to melt and brown. This was so interesting to watch. The second it starts to smoke just a little bit, you mix everything together, and Chef added his sugar in a few rounds and let it get a really nice, rich, dark color. You want to let this smoke a bit because that's what adds the depth of flavor. Then you add in your heavy cream and it starts to boil like crazy. This was so much fun to watch. This is something that needs to hit a very specific temperature. So the second it gets to 245 degrees, you have to pour it out. I mean, just look at how good that looks. Then it was time to move on to our own, so I added in my heavy cream, glucose syrup, vanilla, and got that all heated up. Once we put in our sugar, we had to watch this really carefully to make sure that it didn't burn, but that it got brown enough. So this is the point where it started to smoke a bit, and so we added in our heavy cream. This steam was crazy, but again, I loved watching these bubbles. We got it all mixed together and then tracked it to see exactly when it hit 245 degrees before pouring it out. This has to set up overnight. I'm so sad because I cannot wait to taste this. Next, we were preparing some apple chips. So we used the deli slicer to get really thin cuts, and then we mixed these with some simple syrup and laid them out on a sheet pan to dehydrate in the oven overnight. We had a little bit more time at the end of the day, so Chef showed us some different fruit preparations and knife skills, how to properly cut them so they look attractive. We didn't have a ton of time, so I just made some blood orange supremes and a few plum wedges. Then we checked on our orange rinds, which need a little more time, so we're gonna pick those up tomorrow and finish our caramel, come back to see how those turn out.